that at the beginning is positive and at the end negative. And the x component of the velocity is the same. That's it. So it's simpler than the other one, but they are pretty much about the same. And we treat in the same way. So for instance, the problem that we have there, an object is thrown with the velocity VO 40 meters per second. And the time, and the angle, 37 degrees. The equation, A, find the time of travel. B, find maximum height. C, actually, let me just go by step. Find the range. What is the range? The maximum horizontal distance. Find the range or maximum horizontal distance, equivalent to range. C, find Y max. D, find the velocity at the end. E, find the time when the object is traveling at y equal a meter. Any question? So I ask the simple question, I ask, describe the motion of that, pretty much. So, this type of motion. The first thing you need to do is to find BXO and BYO. Is that correct? That was what I said? When you have a projectile motion problem, what is the first thing we do? Find BXO and BYO. So BXO will be approximately BO cosine theta O, which is 40 meters per second, cosine 37, which is approximately 32 meters per second. BYO is BO sine theta O, which is 40, sine 37, which is approximately 24 meters per second. We got BXO and BYO, first step. The second step will be to find the time. I go to the equation and I look at the equation. There are three equations to find the time. Tell me which one you think that will be the good to work with, suitable one to work with. X BXOT is good? If not, tell me why. We don't have the time, we don't have what else? The horizontal position. We don't have X. That is not good at this moment. I don't have X, unfortunately. I go to the second one, to the other equation, and I have two equations here. 1 and 2. Let's look at this. Do you know what is BY final? Impacting the ground. We don't know. If you know the theory, yes. But at this moment, let's say that we don't know.
It will be 40, right?
It will be, no, it won't be 40. It's the Y component, but negative. What is the Y component negative? What is the Y component of the velocity? Will be 24. What will be the BY? Negative 24 by symmetry. But you don't know. We will prove that later. Okay? All right. This equation is not good. I have to go to this one. Do you have the final position? When the ball is impacting the ground, how much is Y? 0. It's the ground. How much is Y initial? The ground, which is 0. Do we know BYO? And we know the acceleration. Can we find the time? The only thing unknown is the time. So I write the equation. How much is Y final? 0. YO 0 plus 24 T minus 4.9 or 5 if you use the 5 t squared. How can I solve for this? Factor out 0 t 24 minus 5t. So one time will be 0, which is at the beginning. I don't care about that time. And the other time will be 24 over 5, which will be, no, not negative, negative over negative. The time cannot be negative. So how much will be? 4.8. But if I divide this over 4.9, how much we get? Because I want to compare to the one that we have there. So if I divide this by 4.9,
4.89.
which was 4.9. They have 4.9 there when I show you the pictures, the ball throwing. I use the same data, 40 and 37. You remember? When I showed the picture, it was 4.9. Okay, 4.9. Second, we got this. Good, we found the time. A. B. How can we find x? What is the only equation we have for x? X equal bx over t. Again, that's the critical one. That's the one that nobody will remember in the test because you don't have that in the test. In the test you have the big three, but you don't have that, the motion at constant velocity. And x equal bx over t. You have to remember from practicing. So in order to find x equal bx over t. And it's very simple. X is equal to 32 times 4.9. Whatever it is. 128? 128. Meter. This is B. C. I move to this side. What am I looking for? Y max. What do we know about Y max? It's 156. 156? Okay, good. 156. 156 meter. Okay. What do we know about the maximum height? I am asking for the maximum height. What do we know about the maximum height? By is 0. If we have By final at that moment, can we find an equation to find the position maximum? What is the equation that relates velocity and position maximum, or position? 1, 2, or 3? The third. Everybody can see that the third match position and velocity. So if I am looking for the maximum height, I will use this equation. So how much is By equal Byo plus 2ay, y minus yo? How much? How much is By? By, final, at the maximum height. 0. Byo? No. 24 squared minus 19.6 or 20 times y minus 0. So y will be equal negative 24 squared divided by negative 20. This will be your y max. Divided by negative 20. Yeah? So y max is equal to how much? 28.8 meter.